Namo Jananda Pati Mora Gaurang Dhana Mora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaura Chandra Dhana Pati Mora Gaura Prana Mora Yugala Kishora Prana Mora Yugala Kishora Prana Mora Yugala Kishora Advaita Acharya Bala Gadadhara Morakula Advaita Acharya Bala Advaita Acharya Bala Gadadhara Morakula Gadadhara Morakula Narahari Vilase Mora Narahari Vilase Mora Vaishnavera Pada Dhuli Tahe Mora Sthana Keli Vaishnavera Pada Dhuli Tahe Mora Sthana Keli Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera Nama Tarpan Vichara Kariya Mone Bhakti Rasa Asmadane Vichara Mane Bhakti Rasa Madhyastha Shri Bhagavat Purana Vaishnavera Uchishta Tahe Mora Mana Nishtha Tahe Mora Mana Nishtha Vaishnavera Namite Ulasa Amadasa Ohe Dina Narottamadaasa Dhana Mora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaura Chandra Dhana Nityananda प्राणा मोरा युगल किशोर प्राणा मोरा युगल किशोर अद्वैत आचार्य बल गदाधर मोर कुल अद्वैत बल नारा हरि विलासे मोरा नारा हरि विलासे मोरा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर हिजवान ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON विबुडी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर हिजवान ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगामयी जमुनामयी की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे गौर हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण। All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamsham Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishve Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today is very auspicious day. Today is the most auspicious day of appearance day of Srila Advaita Acharya. So we are very fortunate that to celebrate his appearance day. Otherwise, we would in material life we would never know that the Lord Advaita Acharya has come. He is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. He is Sadashiva himself. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we came to know about him, and so we are able to celebrate by hearing his glories, by meditating on him, how he is, because of him Lord Chaitanya has come. So I seek the blessing of all devotees so that I can please the Lord and please all of you and to purify my heart. So today being, so Lord incarnates in this world, as we see in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yogi yogi. So Paritranaya some to deliver the sadhus and to destroy the demonic people and to establish the religious principle. Every millennium he comes. Especially but here in the case of Panchatattva, they have come here not to destroy the to demons, but to destroy demonic mentality. That's when Lord Chaitanya takes out his chakra to kill Jagai and Madhav. So that time immediately Nityananda Prabhu says, if you want to kill them, then you have to kill everyone in Kali Yuga. So here Panchatattva are so merciful, they are actually have come for killing the demonic mentality in our heart, which we have. So when Lord comes, when Lord Krishna comes, so he sends his all paraphernalia, his associates, his father, his mother, his teachers, predecessors, his friends, everyone. Same way when Lord Chaitanya came, he also sends his different his devotees. Like he sent Madhavendra Puri as his predecessors, then Advaita Acharya, then Ishwar Puri's Guru Maharaj, then Sachi Mata, his mother, his father, Jagannath Mishra, his associates, Shivas Thakur, Lord Nityan himself, his brother himself, Balramji. So he sends all his paraphernalia, his all entourage, in order to play his pastime. Because when Lord comes, all his devotees, when they come, they cooperate with him 100%. If the conditioned souls come in front of the Lord, they will not cooperate with him. So it will be difficult, of course, there is nothing difficulty. But in order to have that bliss, to have the playing the pastime, so he sends all his devotees. And same way when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he sent Advaita Acharya also. So today is in being appearance day. So Advaita Acharya, when he appeared long before Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya was born, when appeared, that time Advaita Acharya was quite old. And when he was born in Bangladesh, today's Bangladesh called Nandagaon. So where he appeared, his father's name was Khadir Pandit, and mother's name was Labhar Devi. So the Advaita Acharya appeared to him on the 7th day of vaccine moon. On today's appearance day. So when Lord Advaita Acharya appeared, actually he saw that he found that there was nobody was interested in spiritual life. Actually, their father, mother, Advaita Acharya, they all shifted back to Navadip, Shantipur. So when he saw that there was nobody was interested in spiritual life, everybody was interested only in materialism. In fact, Navadip was a high seat, top seat that time in India about the Nyaya and all the discussion about the learning seat actually. So that time it was like all the scholars from Kanchipuram, or from Banaras, or from Mithila, they would come to learn in Navadip. And it is said there are millions of teachers were there were millions of students were there. And they would take bath in Ganga, and they would learn everything in Navadip. It was such a high seat of learning. And there also, and it is said they were all there, but they were not devotees of the Lord. And there were only few Vaishnavas where they were practicing spiritual life. So when Vaishnava would see that all these scholars are there, like Chakravartis, Bhattacharyas, Mishras, they were there. They would discuss always, on mundane topics. Sometimes even they would discuss Bhagavatam also, Bhagavad Gita, all Vedas also. But there was no connection with the devotion service. So it was very painful to the heart of Advaita Acharya and all other Vaishnavas. They would see how the things are going to happen. People are suffering here. People are in so much illusion. And their whole life was going on, on worshipping Chandi, or the snake goddess. So they would just had all the material demigod worship would go on. And for what purpose? They would do yajna for getting material wealth and to please demigods so that they will get more sense gratification. And their goal was what? To get married, their daughters, their son. Sometimes they were done, then they would get married to their dogs, to the she-dog or he-dog. So that was their whole life was going around them, around only on sense gratification. Hare Krishna. So by seeing this situation, Advaita felt very painful and felt so much compassion in his heart. So he thought how to deliver this world. The Lord thought, by my power, by my calling, I will call the Lord of Vaikuntha. I will call Lord from Shvetadip. And I'll do austerities, I'll worship him, I'll do tapasya, and I'll call him. If he doesn't come, then I will take out my chakra and I'll kill every one of them. That was like Advaita thought of. Then it is said on the bank of Ganga, Advaita Acharya, for days, weeks, for months, he would do fasting, he would worship Lord Krishna in the form of Shaligram Shila. He would offer Ganga Jal and Tulsi Manjaris. He would offer, and he would loudly chant Krishna's holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when Lord Advaita Acharya would call, he would just call, he would cry and cry. And he had so much compassion. Actually, that's our fortune. Sometime people feel, our ancestors have kept some property for us or no. They think about it. Actually, in ISKCON, if you see, our acharyas have come so much ancestral property of, they have given scriptures, they have given holy name. This is our actually ancestral property. They have thought about us, our well-beings. Normally, the father, mother, they think their future generation, they earn so much, so that if there are 7 generations should eat, nicely, they should be very comfortable. So in one sense, that way our acharyas have thought before, 500 years before, our generation, when they are going to come in Kali Yuga, we are going to born. So what is going to happen for them? So some wealth, so for them the supreme wealth is given for us. That's why Advaita Acharya called, he prayed, he cried for all of us in one sense, isn't it? He offered Tulsi Manjaris, Ganga water to Shaligram Shila. And it is said because of the Jai Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai, Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Because of his calling, actually, Lord Chaitanya has come. So that's why when Srila Prabhupada, before going to America also, when he would, even in his Grihastha ashram life also, in Vanprastha ashram, when he would regularly go to Mayapur, and he would go to Shiva Sangan or Advaita Bhavan, or even he would go to Shantipur. One time, one of the pujari from Shantipur, he came, when ISKCON was well established, everything was, like Mayapur temple was started. So when he got a Back to God magazine, and he saw the photo of Srila Prabhupada, so I think he met Janiniwas Prabhu. And he said, your Srila Prabhupada, when he was a Vanprastha, when he would come regularly to Shantipur, and he would chant whole day in front of Advaita Acharya, and he would pray to Advaita Acharya, please empower me so that I can fulfill your mission, because you called for Lord Chaitanya for the compassion, for deliverance of this fallen living entities for them. So it is said he would come whole day, he would chant Lord Srila Prabhupada. So same way here, when we see here Advaita Acharya, he would also, he called and cried, and he was calling for that Lord please appeared. And if you say in the on a Gaur Purnima day when Lord Chaitanya appeared, it was the full moon, but it was like a Chandragrahan. So it is said Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur, they were both in a Ganges taking bath. That was the time. So it is said there were all the Navadvipasis. There were lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of Navadvipasis. They were also on the Ganga, Ganges. And if they were only Muslims, everyone was there inside. Because everyone could understand, this Chandragram is inauspicious. One should go and should we stay in Ganga and chant Lord's holy name. So everybody was chanting Hari Hari. Everybody was chanting. So Advaita Acharya said to Haridas Thakur, let this Chandragram never stop. Let it go on. Because people are chanting Krishna's name. So that was a compassion. That was, of a compassion of Haridas Thakur, Advaita Acharya. And he always wanted that Lord should, that everyone should chant Krishna's holy name. And before, when Lord Chaitanya appeared, when Sachimata got a son, Vishwarup. It's a Vishwarup was a personification of beauty. He was a personification of all qualities. And he was never interested in any materialistic dealing. As soon as he grown up, he would always go to Advaita Acharya. And there he would always discuss about Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said that time it was the situation was so materialistic. Even like Shivas Thakur, there are other three brothers like Srinidhi, Sripati, Sri Ram. They would all chant. They would always chant Krishna's holy name. But because the local the Brahmanas, they were so materialistic, they would always criticize Vaishnavas. And they would tell if these Vaishnavas are chanting holy name so loudly, so because of that, the Lord of the Vaikuntha, who is sleeping in a milk ocean, he will get up and he will become angry with all of us. And there will be devastation. Or even if the Qazi, the king, Muslim king, he comes to know about, that they are propagating the Hindu name. So then he would become so angry, then he would destroy all of us. Better what we will do, we will take the home of Shivas Thakur and put everything in Ganga. So when the Shivas Thakur heard this, all other three brothers, they felt very bad. They felt, what is the use of life? If we are not able to chant Krishna's holy name, let us die ourselves in a Ganga. Let us go and drown ourselves in Ganges. So, but it was Advaita Acharya who would give them solace. No, Lord will surely come and He will protect us and He will actually propagate the holy name of the Lord. So actually, the Advaita Acharya only, he gave so much solace to all the Vaishnavas. Actually, he was like a leader of all the Vaishnavas. In fact, not the Vaishnavas, even all the Brahman communities. So Advaita Acharya would give solace, and they would regularly, 1 or 2 hours, when I heard lecture, so it is 1 or 2 hours, every day they would read Bhagavatam. And when Vishwarup, when he started coming in Shiva Sangan, Advaita Acharya and all the devotees, they were so happy in association with Vishwarup. So they would all read Srimad Bhagavatam. Even Vishwarup would give discourses on Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said his discourses were so amazing, everybody was spellbound. They were all spellbound to hear from Vishwarup. So in that time when Lord Chaitanya, when he was a small boy, very small, sometimes he would not even wear any dress. He was wearing the dress of 4 directions. And he was so beautiful. It is said, of course, Lord Chaitanya is a Kandarpa Koti, not just one Kandarpa. He was so beautiful, more than millions of Kandarpa. So when he would come, because Mother Sachi would tell Lord Chaitanya, Nimai, that go and call your elder brother. So he would go and then he would pull his dhoti. Mother has cooked rice for you. Please come and have prasadam. So that time, actually they were all discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing the glories of Krishna's, all pastimes. And when they would see Lord Chaitanya has entered, everybody would stop hearing anything or reading anything. And they would just look at Lord Chaitanya. And they would not understand why we are stopping Bhagavatam and we are seeing Lord Chaitanya. It was something very amazing for them. And then of course they would go. Vishwar would go for taking prasad. And again he would come back. Again evening Lord Chaitanya would come and again he would bring him back. So it was like everyday affair for all the Vaishnavas to see Lord Chaitanya. So of course after some time when Vishwarup, when he took sannyas, after taking sannyas, all the Vaishnavas felt very bad because now he was because he's Balramji himself. And now he has taken sannyas and his name he has taken Shankarananda. He became a name called Shankarananda. And he left home and renounced the world. So the Vaishnavas, they felt very bad. They were feeling so much separation from Vishwarup. But still sometime Lord Chaitanya would come to the assembly of Advaita Acharya and all other Vaishnavas. And so Advaita Chaitanya would say, he would always felt, why I am getting so much attract toward this small boy. So even one time Lord Chaitanya said, actually because you called me, so I have come. He did not reveal that I am same though you have called me, but he actually said that you have called me, so I have come. That way, and then afterward also when Lord Chaitanya, when he grew up, then he became Nimai Pandit, the great scholar, started, defeating all different philosophers, all different kind of scholars. He was actually showing playing the pastime like an atheistic, He was showing that, how he's a Tarkavadi. And his only business was just to defeat. But somehow or other, all the Vaishnavas, they were always feeling that, they were getting attracted toward Lord Chaitanya. And they would always feel, if this boy, if it would have been Vaishnava, it would have been so great. But afterward, when Lord Chaitanya went to Gaya, and when he meets Ishwar Puri, he gets Diksha, Harinam Diksha, he gets initiation there. Then he again come back, and then everyone comes to know, that Lord Chaitanya has become a Vaishnava now. So they felt so happy, and of course then Advaita Acharya comes to know, he understands that Lord Chaitanya is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then they started having kirtan, whole day night kirtan in their house, Shivas Thakur's house. So that was a place but Advaita Acharya was like a senior to everyone. He was a direct disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So for Lord Chaitanya, he was like his guru only, in one sense. He was like a godbrother of Ishwar Puri and a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So Lord Chaitanya would always worship Advaita Acharya. He would always touch his feet, always worship him. And which Lord Advaita Acharya never wanted. He would always want that, I want to do serve Lord Chaitanya. I want to become a servant. So that was like he had desire. But Lord Chaitanya would never allow Advaita Acharya to worship him. He would say, what should I do, where I should, if I do something, I should do something where then Lord Chaitanya accepts me as a servant. This was like his transcendental trick. Because Lord Chaitanya has come to propagate the devotional service, to propagate how the Lord is person. He is not impersonal. Lord's body is not Maya. His body is Satchitananda Vigraha. We are part and parcel, eternal servants of God, of Lord Krishna. So that was his teaching of Lord Chaitanya. So Advaita Acharya thought, let us do something. With the help of Haridas Thakur, he understood Lord Chaitanya becomes very angry if he hears anything about Mayavad, Vishishta Advaita, or anything about impersonalism or the teachings of Shankaracharya. He becomes very angry. So Advaita Acharya started teaching Mayavadi philosophy in Shantipur. And all the Mayavadis started thinking, how it's possible, like Advaita Acharya is the leader of Vaishnavas. And they became very happy, like now Advaita Acharya has become Mayavadi now. Because he was sitting on a dais and started preaching about Vishisha Advaita, about Maya teachings of Shankaracharya. So it was, and it was very loud, and many people were coming to hear from him the discourse on Maya philosophy. So when this was heard, and because the understanding of Advaita Acharya was, if Lord Chaitanya would come, surely he would come to chastise me. That was his plan. So one day, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, they were walking on a bank of Ganga. So they came to the place called Lalitpur. There was one sannyasi. He was sannyasi by dress only. So, but Nityananda said, let us go to his house. So they came to his house, and the sannyasi offered respect to him. Then he gave some fruits to him, and Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, they ate some fruits also. Then this sannyasi said, do you like to have a bliss? So now Nityananda has traveled everywhere, so he knows what is bliss. He knows all the bliss, of course, but Nityananda, he understood. And Chaitanya said, what is this bliss? So, and after some time, his wife came from inside. He said, he is sannyasi, and where is the question of his wife, And he understood that what he was talking about bliss means about the wine. So immediately Lord Chaitanya became felt so bad, he felt so pain. And he said, Vishnu, let us go from here. This is very contaminating place. So Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda both, they ran away from this place, and they, with their own clothes, they jumped into Ganga. It's because we have got contaminated by the association of materialistic person. Actually, before that also, this sannyasi said, the Lord Chaitanya said, give me blessings. To this sannyasi asked, well, may you get all the material wealth, get opulence, all material enjoyment. So Lord said, I don't want all this. I want only Krishna bhakti. Please don't give me anything on this. So then this sannyasi became very, very angry. He said, you are like a small boy drinking the mother of his milk of his mother, and trying to teach me. So that way he argued. Then of course after they went jumped on Ganga, and then they swam towards Shantipur. And there when Advaita Acharya was, he was on a dais and speaking Mayavad philosophy, and Hare Thakur saw, Lord Chaitanya is coming from the other side, and they are swimming and they are coming. So Advaita Acharya with this top of this voice, he was speaking about Mayavad, how Lord form is all impersonal, the Lord form is Maya, and is made of 3 modes of material nature. He only takes the body is temporary, and speaking all Mayavad philosophy as loud so that Lord Chaitanya can hear. It was like that. So when Lord Chaitanya came and he saw Advaita Acharya speaking, all Mayavadis are sitting down, and he became so angry. It is said, his eyes were red hot, and he was breathing so heavily. He went on the top, when he was sitting, Advaita Acharya was sitting on the dais. He went, Marathi say Gachindi Pagad. And he coat hauled him and brought him down. And started and sat on his chest. Started beating him with his fist to Advaita Acharya. And here the Chita Thakurani, she saw Advaita Acharya is so old Brahmana. My Lord, please leave him. He is old. He will die. And here Hare Thakur is laughing. And all other Vaishnavas are laughing here. And here Lord Chaitanya is very serious about the matter. But other Vaishnavas they are laughing. So that time Lord Chaitanya becomes angry. He says Nara. So you have called me. I was sleeping peacefully in Shwetadeep, and there you called me to hear to this material world, and now you are speaking the same opposite philosophy which I hate, the philosophy. I the same person who killed Kamsa. I am the same person I killed I tear him apart, the Hiranyakashipu. I am the person I killed the Bhasmasur. So many he gave many different demons. I am the same person who lifted the Govardhan. It's given in Srimad Chaitanya Bhagavat. So it is said, and you are speaking the philosophy which I hate the most. They impersonally actually they are glorifying me at the one place, and one place they are trying to hit my head. So I hate them. I put them eternally in Naraka Loka. in a hellish planet, and you are speaking that philosophy. And that time then Advaita Acharya feels ecstasy. He goes in ecstasy. He starts dancing. He is just crying and dancing. Today, O Lord, where is your worship? You are always worshipping with an arghya, you are worshipping with incense, you are worshipping with ghee lamp. Where is that today your worship? Today you have accepted me as your servant. So I'm so happy. And he starts dancing. And there the Lord Chaitanya feels embarrassed. It was something different. It was some conspiracy was happening here. So Lord Chaitanya felt a little embarrassed. But Advaita Acharya says, actually, I want this. I am your eternal servant. I am so happy that you are chastising me. I am so happy that you are making me as your subordinate. I am so happy that you have made me your servant. You accept me as your authorized servant. So this is what I want. So when I was hearing lectures, it was His Holy Radhana Swami was saying, even now the Mahavishnu also wants to become a servant of Lord or his devotees. So what to talk of all of us? So our only aspiration should be that we always want, eternally we want to be a servant of the Lord or his servant of the servant, not even directly Lord also. So this was a pastime. Then after some time, there is another pastime about how when Vishwarup, when he took sannyas, Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra, they felt very bad. Because their own, because the Sachi Mata had 8 daughters. When they were born, they immediately died. And they got this son Vishwarup. And Vishwarup also took sannyas. So for them it was very much hurting. Hurting means it was, and they understood why he took sannyas, because he was associating with Advaita Acharya. So Yashodamai said, not Yashodamai, Sachi Mata, same, both are same only. Sachi Mata said, this Advaita is actually, his name is Advaita, but he is not Advaita, it's a Dvaita. So when Lord Chaitanya was doing the pastime, this 22, Ashtaprahariya, Saptapahariya, Mahaprakash Lila. This technical way. So Mahaprakash Lila, when he was doing, that time everyone was coming. Haridas Thakur, Sridhar Kolavecha, everyone was coming and getting the mercy of the Lord. Then somebody said, what about your mother, Sachi Mata? She's your mother. She's a Jagat Janani. She's a mother of, she's your mother, and she's the incarnation of Yashodamai. And what about when you are going to give mercy to her? So Advaita and Lord Chaitanya became a little grave. He said, she will never get my mercy. Then everybody felt so bad. Actually, they felt how she's your mother, and everybody too. You are giving mercy to anybody and everybody. Somebody saying, please make my mother into devotee, make my wife into devotee, make my father into devotee, make my son into, and you are making devotee even everyone. You have given love of God to everyone, but you are not giving mercy to your mother. Why, my Lord? Why you are not giving mercy? He said, because she has offended Advaita Acharya. And everybody said, how is possible? No, your mother cannot commit, she is on a platform, your mother, she is a platform love of God. How can she commit offense? But she said, yes, because she has told that she is not Advaita, she is Dvaita, full of duplicity it means. So she has committed offense at the feet of Advaita Acharya. So then said, okay, then how? The Lord says, the offense to the Vaishnava is the greatest offense. Whoever he may be my son or he may be anybody of my relative. If they commit offense to Vaishnavas, even they may be, Shiva, or even they may be my relatives like Yadus. They have committed offense to the sages there. Or even anybody, he may be my son, or he may be my associate, he may be my dear servant. If they commit offense to Vaishnavas, they will be destroyed. I will never give them mercy. So then all devotees said, then what to do now? How Sachi Mata will get mercy? Then Lord says, when Sachi Mata takes dust of the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya, then only. So that time, then Advaita, then when this was heard, the Advaita Acharya he fainted that she has committed affair to me. So he fainted. Then, but slowly, now Sachi Mother is so humble also. She's a mother of Lord Chaitanya. But she took so seriously about that. She also goes and went and she takes the dust from the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. So this is also one of the great quality of a Vaishnava. He never thinks this is such a great personality. How can I take dust from the lotus feet of any other? I am the mother of the Lord Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But she went and took the dust of the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. So that is what, of course, it is so grave. The Lord is showing to all of us, of course to me most, that, the offense to the devotees is so grave. The Lord will never give any mercy. That is what we learn from this pastime. So we don't have much time. Only I'll speak one more pastime about Advaita Acharya. I wanted to speak about how Lord Chaitanya after sannyasi came to Shandipur. But I'll speak one pastime from Jagannath Puri. When almost every year, all the devotees from Navadvip, they would come from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri for 4 months to have association of Lord Chaitanya and all the festivals, to attend Rathayatra and other festivals in Jagannath Puri. So one time what happened, Lord Chaitanya was in Gambhira, inside. And all the Vaishnavas said, every day we are chanting Krishna's name, let us chant today Lord Chaitanya's name, Lord Gauranga's name. So then all Vaishnavas, but everyone was fearful because Lord would never think himself, he would never show himself as he's a Krishna himself, he's God. He would always say, I am a servant of God. And anybody who would glorify Lord Chaitanya that you are a Krishna, he would immediately close his eyes, ears and say, Vishnu, Vishnu. So, and they were all fearful because Lord Chaitanya, they were not so, fearless. So they would go, but here Lord Advaita Acharya said, I'll be leader today. And everybody came, Shivas Thakur and all the Vaishnavas, they came together and they started having Sankirtan of Lord Gauranga. Started, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. So they started Kirtan of, and here Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is hearing inside, somebody chanting my name. How it's possible? Everyone should chant Krishna's name. He would be so happy for that. But then, when Lord Chaitanya came out and saw Advaita Acharya is the leader there, and everybody chanting my name. So he became a little unhappy. And he should, why are all of you chanting my name? You should chant Krishna's name. And then Lord Chaitanya says, Advaita Acharya says, he doesn't say anything. He says only, there is sun, and he just shows like this, And Lord Chaitanya, I didn't understand what you are doing. I didn't understand what is the purport of this. Say, the glory of sun cannot be hid just by your hand. If you keep your hand, that doesn't mean you are hiding the glory of the sun. You cannot hide the glories. Same way, your glories are unlimited. They are going whole throughout the universe. And you see, you should not chant your name. But you are Supreme Person of Godhead. How can we don't chant your name? We have to chant your name. Of course, then Lord Chaitanya became embarrassed and he went inside. So that's what Lord Advaita Acharya actually has revealed, that how Lord Chaitanya was the Supreme Person of Godhead. Of course, all other devotees also. So we pray on this day actually that, our faith in Lord Chaitanya, he is the Supreme Person of Godhead. Of course, after many, many years of practice also, sometimes there is some doubt about that maybe. It is in my heart. We pray, at least I pray at the feet of Lord Advaita Acharya, that my faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be 100%, and I consider him as a Supreme Person of Godhead, and try to follow his order, because that is what is most important. Because Lord Chaitanya is different than Lord Krishna himself. So that is what is needed. And I think 1 minute is remaining, so I'll talk about just 1 minute about how Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, when he came to Shandipur. That time, when after 3 days, after sannyas, 3 days he was fasting, and how he was guided by Lord Nityananda to Shantipur. So it is when Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, when they came to the house of Shantipur, of Advaita Acharya, so Advaita Acharya made such a nice arrangement for Lord's taking your lunch prasadam. He saw there were three different plates were made with huge quantity of rice, with proper ghee, hundreds of sabjis, and so many things. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami said, I can't count and I can't say that all the names what Advaita made bhoga for the Lord. So that time, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, actually it's so nice arrangement where you have made for the Lord Vishnu himself. Lord Vishnu surely please making such a nice arrangement for Lord bhoga. Said no, but Advaita says that is for you, or my Lord. You are supposed to take all Mahaprasadam. No, you give me little bit, some rice, some sabji, I will be happy with that. Then Advaita says, please don't make a show, not show, a drama, then you can just eat this much only. Actually you can eat, as you are Jagannath, you are himself Jagannath. You can eat every day, chappan bhog, you can eat for thousands of people, you can eat every day. So for this little bit rice and some sabjis, what will make difference? So there then, of course, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in order to please Advaita Acharya and Nityananda, they sit there together. That's why we always we sing, Eka dina shanti pure, Prabhu Advaita re ghare. There are many pastimes, of course, about Advaita Acharya. So this happened then in Shantipur. So we pray, and of course I don't have so much realization about the whole such an exalted topic. So please all of you bless me that I can also try to please Advaita Acharya in a line of Guru Parampara, and trying to please Vaishnavas, trying to please Srila Prabhupada and Spiritual Master. So by His mercy we are today chanting His holy name. Lord Chaitanya came. We are hearing so many pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavad, Chaitanya Mangal, so many pastimes, and they are so ecstatic pastimes. But the person who called him is Advaita Acharya, not person, we can't say the person. The personality called him is Advaita Acharya. He came, and by his compassion Lord Chaitanya has come. So we should pray and we should be very grateful that today is very auspicious day and we can assist Srila Prabhupada in his mission. Hare Krishna. Srila Advaita Acharya Pada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry, I could not speak properly. Sorry for that. Hare Krishna.